this place. We're at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to Arlington, Texas. Ready to get this game started. Here's Eddie Pinheiro. And here we go from AT&T Stadium. And this isn't even going to be close, partner. The opening kickoff fails to reach the landing zone, so they're going to have to defend from the 40 to begin this game.
Yeah!
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go, 46, 26.
Get the fullback involved here. He gets forward, next about 4 yards. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off.
That call right there was all about setting up an easier third down. Sure, he could have potentially gotten the first down, Kate, but now you've opened up your playbook on third down that much more.
And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
A chance to get off the field goes by the wayside. The defensive penalty keeps him out there. They'll run here following the penalty. Jukes one defender. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be first down, Dallas. They're set up at the 35 now. They'll run here on first down. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
It's inside the 10. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys finish up an excellent opening series. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Raheem Blackshear now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Ready!
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Watch out now. 50 fear plaster. 6. Cut.
Straight to the air here. It's Young. He's on the move. Makes the grab in bounds left side. A gain of 27 yards there. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Ready?
Young on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. Cuffs, this is Xavier Leggett. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Now Young. Won't make the play on that one. It hits the deck, incomplete.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
On 2nd and 10, Young. He fires one deep down the right side. He's got it! Oh, what body control to stay in and get the 2 feet down. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now, but will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about. The flag makes this 3rd down and 10.
Ready.
Left side gets it out quick, and it's caught. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 4th down, Young. Throwing deep for the end zone. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
On 1st down, they'll run. Has room down the left sideline. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys pull that in front further. 13-zip. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. And that was a disaster of a return. They're going to start near their own goal line.
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting to your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing from his own end zone, and he won't find an escape. They converge and drop him for the safety. Some early down aggressiveness in the shadow of their own end zone there, Brock, and unfortunately, it costs them. They're going to have to punt it away following the safety.
Well, you know me, I don't ever mind aggressiveness. I think it empowers your quarterback, empowers that offensive huddle. But you also got to know, as a quarterback, if you call a pass play, you got to do your job. And doing your job means avoiding a safety in that circumstance.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go to 54, go to...
Hand off to the up back. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Kill! 47! Yeah, here we go! Hey, kill! 26!
Dak off the play fake. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Prescott now on third down. On the move, headed right. He's running for it. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the first down.
They're going for it. Here's Prescott. Throw caught by his running back. And this one doesn't go far. First and 10, ball set up at the 48.
43 rail. Eagle blue. Set punt.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Buys time, rolling right. He tucks it and takes off. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
10 cycles. Here we go. Ready.
From the 39. Flush down out to his left. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, short of the 15. All right, all set up now. First and 10.
10. Let's go now. Huge yellow. Set.
Working inside the red zone. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he's able to get this down to the 13. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Drill 52. Green jack. Ready.
Young working from the gun. Escapes out to the left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
The back's got it. Touchdown, Carolina. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
And it's good, but the choice to kick there means this still is a two-possession game in the second half. So we've got ourselves a 9-point game now as they'll kick this off. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. First down, here's Dak. It's taken in by Lamb. And he gets him around 6 there. Tackle made by J.C. Horn. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Here we go. 26.
Dak now from the gun. Rolling left, buying some time. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You know, Kate, it looked to me like this one, he leaves the pocket, and this is where you're out in the schoolyard, out on the playground, and you're looking for your buddy to find that connection. Unfortunately, receiver QB, they could not find the completion that time.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
26.
Prescott here from the gun. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45. Offense set for a first and 10. Dak throwing again. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And now it's second down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
Again on 2nd and 10, Prescott. He throws a bullet deep, and the defender comes away with it. Look at Xavier Woods in there to pick it off.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
Looking to throw. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Down. Ready?
Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Blackshear on the return. And he's brought down quickly right inside his own 10.
Well, that's a case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks him with a really long field ahead.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
A second down throw for Young. Forced out to his right. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
I love the mobility here. Starts great, escapes pressure, get out of harm's way. You just wish if you're the offense here, you could have found a completion to keep in rhythm.
On 3rd down, it's Young. That's caught for the first. And he'll get it up to the 27. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
Here we go, set. Blaster, stick. Hut.
Play action now, Young. He puts some power on a deep one left. He's got it deep downfield. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Turpin with a return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yeah!
Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And they had that one contained right at the line. DJ Wanham gets there to haul him down. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, that's one of those plays when you call it, you expect to get decent yards every time. Seeing it stopped at the line, man, that's deflating offensively.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Working quickly here.
Here we go, 46.
Going to the ground again on first. And he takes it across midfield and into Panthers territory. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Here we go, go to 54, go to 54. Wide in.
Off the play fake, hits Prescott. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Kill. 47. Kill. 26.
Oh, love this. He gets another one. Keep feeding that fullback, baby. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Call it 1 yard on the run. That's going to set up 4th and 7.
Here we go, kill. Yeah, here we go. 26.
He's back to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Dane Jackson with the pick. And the Panthers are finally stopped on the return, but they'll still take over on the edge of the red zone. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
And the extra point is no good, so potentially a key tally kept off the scoreboard, Brock. Going to see how and if this comes into play later in the second half. Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Turpin with a return. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 26.
Give now to the running back. Making defenders pay for trying to tackle him. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Yeah, here we go.
Plowing up the middle. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. 3 quarters in the books from this one. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
That's Lamb running the slant. And he works this to the 38 before going down. They get 6 and a first down as well. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Yeah.
Trying the right side. And he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
going to 54, wide in. 26.
Going right back to the fullback. Next play. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, Kate. They say that football is cyclical. Well, I sure hope we see the fullback come back. There's just something about that guy. Something about that position. And he just showed you right there, going to get you a first down. They can be difference makers, too.
The drive picks up here. 1st and 10.
Kill. 26.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cowboys losing by 4. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Handoff now from the gun. That's a 7-yard pickup, and they'll have 2nd and goal at the 2.
Well, the big guy gets him some positive yardage in close. It's not that the defense didn't expect run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one running it.
The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Yeah, here we go. 26. 26.
Fullback trying to power it across. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know they had bigger visions when they called that play. This is one of those spots, Kate, where when a defense is dialed in, especially in the red zone, it's very tough to surprise them with anything.
26.
Throwing now. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
We're going to 54. Wide. Here we go. 46. 26.
Now to throw. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. He can't find the end zone. They stop him, and they'll still trail as they turn it over on downs.
The quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential first down.
A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. He was looking Xavier Legette's way there, and it's going to be 2nd down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Ready.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Chased out to his right. Launching deep down the right sideline. They connect on the deep shot. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Pinheiro good on the extra point. And the Panthers drive their lead to 11.
Cowboys 16. Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for the Panthers.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him.
Cowboys take over first and 10. At their own 35-yard line.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive...
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup, you got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And he will score. It's a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers have likely locked up the win right there. So an exclamation